Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Happy birthday to you. Now look y'all, who, who shoots their own 93-year-old grandma? Who shoots their own 93-year-old grandma? Oh Lord. And this is her son. But her grandson shot and killed. Hold on. Now let's talk about this.
This individual is out there. My family is living in fear.
A call for justice. A Memphis mother was gunned down 18 months ago. Tonight, her son says justice has been delayed and consequently denied. The family calling out the investigative process, saying there should have been an arrest.
WREG's Brian Ditlake talked with a family that's calling on the courts and law enforcement to act with more urgency.
Do something now. Do something now. Redouble your effort.
It's been more than a year and a half since the death of Ronald Harris's mother, Geraldine. The 93-year-old, along with two other family members, were shot last year off Kendall Avenue. Harris died on the scene. Officers say the shooting stemmed from a disagreement between a separate family member and two men. Today, the family says justice has been delayed.
The police have not arrested a suspect. Police know who the person is. They've had testimony and leads from my family and others.
WREG has reached out to both Memphis Police and the Shelby County District Attorney's Office to confirm information about the suspect provided by the family. The DA's office says it can't respond, fearing they would jeopardize the investigation. The office says, in part, disclosing that prematurely could interfere with the investigation or alert the individual before law enforcement can act. While Harris says he understands, he criticizes how the department processes evidence.
When we talk to Sergeant Smith, he says to us, Harris family, I am working, I am waiting, but it is 14 months before I can get a ballistic report.
Wow.
It is 16 months before I can get DNA reports.
Harris says the family can't rest until the shooter or shooters are brought to justice. And to add insult to injury, Harris's mother was already battling kidney failure. Harris was getting ready to fly in to see his mom, hoping to help her transition when he got the call she'd been killed.
To think that the last thing she saw was a man in front of her with a gun shooting at her. That's hard.
The family says they hope their message for action leads to an arrest.
That old line that says justice delayed is justice denied. That's what you're looking at.
In Memphis, Brian Ditlake for your news leader, WREG, Channel 3.
Oh, I thought that was his grandmother. He is charged with the murder of a 93-year-old grandmother. Oh, wow. How that happened? Y'all need to put them guns down and go to school.
As they won't have peace until the teen arrested in the death of a 93-year-old grandmother gets convicted. His arrest took more than a year and a half. Your news leader has been digging deeper into his past tonight.
Greg and Stephanie, the suspect, Darian Taylor, was brought in by U.S. Marshals, but when we looked into Taylor's past, we learned that he had charges from not one state, but two.
I was relieved for my family because there's always the threat with him on the street that there might be some violence against a family member.
Fear of retaliation was a constant for his family. U.S. Marshals sending out this image of the capture of 18-year-old Darian Taylor. Taylor is accused of killing Harris's mother, 93-year-old Geraldine, and injuring two other family members back in January of last year.
Now, y'all, who would do something crazy like this? Who would be shooting around a 93-year-old woman? She looks so good. She's beautiful. What is going on with my young black brothers? It seems like all of them in jail. or going to jail. They putting themselves in jail. 93 years old. What in the world he was doing?
Geraldine, injuring two other family members back in January of last year. At the time of Harris's death, Taylor was 17, now 18, but since then he has racked up several charges in 2 states. The first, Doug dealer, was out of West Memphis in January of this year, where Taylor and others were arrested for theft after a series of smash and grabs. Fast forward 4 months to May, we saw Taylor end up facing even more.
He just don't turn to a criminal. Just because he don't shot one person in, he feel good like he big and bad. Now he don't shot someone, now you in jail for the rest of your life.
Charges, theft related, just days apart. The first incident, Taylor was accused of stealing a firearm from a home prior in April, but was found with that same weapon during the recovery of a stolen vehicle. He posted bond, but less than 5 days later ended up back in trouble after being accused of stealing Mercedes-Benz vehicle parts in a separate stolen vehicle, which had not yet been reported. But Harris says outside of Taylor's troubled past, a more serious concern with the court process.
The police knew, but they couldn't bring the case because the court said, nope, you gotta have more evidence. You gotta have more evidence. And that took a year and a half.
The family says that's the amount of time it took to get back key DNA and ballistics evidence. The Shelby County District Attorney's Office has been championing faster processing times. Last month, the Shelby County Commission approved $1.5 million that will get the ball rolling with a local crime lab. The commission also okayed 4 additional scientists to work at the state crime lab in Jackson, solely working to help solve Memphis crimes. Right now, evidence is sent to the TBI crime lab in Jackson, which takes more time.
We have to move forward and stay on top of the court system to make sure this case moves forward.
And now WRG has reached out to both the Shelby County District Attorney's Office as well as Memphis Police to see if there are any updates about
Sad.
the pending crime lab.
Terrible.
We'll let you know when we hear back from them. For now, we are